A mid-afternoon shooting in Belize City has left one man dead. When police responded to the scene on St. Jude Street just before 2 o'clock this afternoon, they found the body of Victor Garnett with a gunshot wound to the head. Garnett is no stranger to the police. He has been charged for a number of murders in San Pedro, and police are leaning towards those as a motive for this afternoon's murder. Assistant Commissioner of Police Chester Williams spoke on the murder.
The victim is one Garnett from San Pedro. He was in San Pedro, and apparently he moved to Belize City recently. I guess you people would be familiar with him. He has been charged for 3 murders in San Pedro, a double murder and another murder. And from what we're seeing, it appears as if he was in that area waiting for somebody, and that person or persons might have met him and eventually inflicted the gunshot wounds that he sustained, which subsequently resulted in his demise. Investigators, we try to keep every possibilities open. When we conduct investigations, we try not to leave any stones unturned, and that is a possibility we are looking at. We're also looking at the possibility of a retaliation as a result of those murders for which he had been accused of. And from our investigation that we have gathered so far is that the suspect is a teenager who came out of a yard and fired shots at him, which 2 teenagers actually came out of a yard and fired at him and eventually caught him in the head, and that was a fatal injury.
Police were working on information they had received early in the day and sent out patrols into the nearby area. Assistant Commissioner Williams says there are crimes that can be stopped, but they cannot monitor civilians. He says they are continuing their investigation.
As investigation progresses, we have a lot of work to do. I have given certain information and instructions to my officers in that area to carry out as a part of the investigations, and they're out there. The special branch, the CIB, as well as the uniformed police officers are there doing the utmost best to see what they can gather in terms of evidence for us to be able to move forward with the investigation. After all, while we do have certain information, the information is of no use unless we could get it reduced into a statement form and that we can go to court. So we're trying to see how best we could work with people in the area who will be able to give us statements as it relates to what they may have witnessed within the area prior to the shooting and even during the shooting. We are not in the habit of monitoring people or following people to that extent, because that could be regarded as an invasion of the person's privacy. So we do not do that. When I say, we have different categories of crime. We have what we refer to as non-preventable and those that we refer to as preventable. And why I say so is because earlier during the day we had received certain information and the police had responded to the information, and those persons who were involved in that information, upon seeing the police coming, they took off and they were not caught by the police. The police remained in the area patrolling, and like I said, the police cannot stay in one area. The police have to move around, and apparently they took advantage of the opportunity when police were not in that immediate area to have committed the crime.
In 2009, Garnett was charged for murder and conspiracy to commit murder in the death of James Swan, Edward Gutierrez, and John Paul Saldiva.